Hello and welcome. So now we're actually going to do so that we can save our CSV file. So let's actually make the save function. Again, we don't need any of this, so be going with that. If we just make sure, yep, we don't need any of that. Then we're gonna make a private string, what we call CSV directory name. And that is where the fold, no, the path to where it should save it. And then we need the name of the file, so CSV file name. Of course, you could just make this out in one big string, but I like to do it this way. And then string CSV separator. Separate. Just making sure that I'm spelling it correctly. So the separator is what we are going to use to actually separate it. And we're going to use the comma to separate our lines from each other. And we're going to have another string. This is array that would contain our CSV headers. Meaning in the top we will have like good ID, Danish, English, German, and all the different languages in the top. And next we are going to make another string. It's just what our ID is named. We're just gonna call it good ID. That should be it. And then we need to make a public void. We're just gonna call that save. Gonna leave that empty for now. Then we need to make the functions. Let me just quickly look at my notes. To actually get the different folders and everything set in order. So let's just start out with making one that can actually get the path of the directory. And we're going to use this one here. So just call it get directory path. Alright, so this is going to, of course, return a path. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Let's just make a return. I'm going to use the dollar sign because then in here we can use our scope brackets and go application dot data path. And on the side we can go slash another one and go CSV file, CSV directory name, and end it. Then we have the path, and then we also need one for the file itself. We call it get file path. We're just gonna return, and again we're gonna use the dollar sign. And then we're actually gonna call get directory path. And with a slash, well then adding in the CSV file name and then ending it. So this way we will get those. Alright, so now we need to make the thing that can actually verify if the folders has been made. So let's do that. So we're gonna go verify. So this will pretty much do that if the folder have not been made, it will actually make them for us. So if I try to run this system in in a project that hasn't added the folder, this function here will actually make the folder for me. So we're gonna make a short for directory. I don't know, let's just call it what it actually is. Directory equals get directory path. And then we are gonna go if directory, I don't think we have the reference for this one. We do not. We're gonna add it. Directory.exist. And then we're gonna add our directory. So if this one does not exist, well then let's make it. Directory.create directory. And then we will throw it in here. So if it does not exist, we will simply just make it. Wonderful. And now we need to make want to make our header. So make header. And that's gonna be a list of strings. Let's just call it header text equals new list of string. And the header text we're gonna add the ID name in the beginning. And then we're gonna go for each. We're going to call our language type. Let it in this array. That is the way we're gonna cast it, and then go enum, add the reference, and get value. And that is of the type of language type. Alright, so let's just add language type over here. And let's just copy paste language here. To make it small. Let's make some space. And then we're simply going to add that in here. Dot add. Language duck to text. To string, sorry. And then we're just gonna go see sv header equals header text dot to array. Now I think we could actually also just have this as a list, but is there any reason why I decided? Doesn't seem I had any reason for doing that. For not having this as a list, but oh well. Let's just keep it consistent. So let's change this to a list. And just remove. There we go. And the reason why we are making it a new each time is because then every time we call it, we make sure that it's completely new made. Alright. So now we need to actually create the file. So we're gonna go private void create file. First we're gonna verify the directory to make sure that the directory is made. Then we need the header. And then we're gonna use something called using stream writer. We're just gonna go with SV. It's the shortened version of it, and go file dot create text, and we're gonna go get file path. So this one here will go down and get the path and the file name, and it will then create this file. And this is a text file, meaning it will just create a normal txt file and write literally what we're writing into it. Let me just quickly look here. So that's gonna do this and this, fine. We're gonna go string, final string. Then we're gonna go for each, and that is of course the header here. String. Let's just call it header. So for each header, if oh no, if header is not null. Oh no, let me just quickly look here. Oh yeah. That's my bad. I was reading my note wrong. So if it isn't this, that means that we need to actually add a separator. So we are gonna a separator. What we called it? CSV separator. That is the CSV file's way of telling it it's a new column. There we're gonna use the separators to tell it. And we're just gonna go separator. Oh no. That is the header we need to add here. And when it's done with that, we're gonna go sv dot write line and simply add the final string. Did we forget something? No, we have this one here, and then we add it here. Wonderful. So now we have created the file, and we have added the header to it, meaning we will create a file. What it says like a good ID, English, Danish, German, and all the language. Sorry for my voice. I might have a cold or something. Alright, so now let's make one where you can apply to the file, meaning that we can add all the different texts. Oh, I need to go primary right. There we go. Apply file. And this one takes in a list again of strings. Just gonna call it strings. We're gonna go using stream writer is v again equals file dot apply text this time, and we're gonna go get file path again. Oh, we forgot its parameter. Here we go. And we're pretty much doing the same thing. No, let's not copy paste. Copy paste, you normally always end up doing something you shouldn't. Just gonna do this. And then for each... Oh, no, I pressed space 2 times, I shouldn't do that. It's tab 2 times, there we go. So we're gonna go string, and then go... This is strings, of course. What should item be? I guess it's just a string, but let's just call it text. Alright, so let's have a look-see. Yeah, let's just do the same thing by adding this beautiful boy here. Then at the end, simply go final string, id.writeLine and add the final string. Final string. And apply. Alright, so now we should have all the things we need to actually make the save function. So let's go up in our save function. And we now need the list. Let's go list of dialog containers. Oh, that's dialog events. That's the wrong one. Dialog containers. Go dialog containers equals our per dot find all objects. And we need to go dialog container there. So that one would go in and find all the dialog containers. And then we're gonna create the file. So that means every time we save, we will overwrite the file. That way we won't have to think about that. We don't need to reset it ourselves. So this is just a hard reset every time you save. I prefer it that way, but you can change it if you don't prefer it. And we're just gonna go through each of them. It's about dialog containers. And we're just gonna go dialog container. And then for each of the dialog containers, we need to go through dialog containers dot dialog data. That is just dialog data. And let's just call it node data. In here we want to make, let me just quickly look at my notes. It's an interesting way I made it. So we're gonna make a list of strings. Call text. Gonna make it. So we made the string. We are going to apply the text dot add, and then go node dot node gun. So we are applying the ID in the beginning, and then we are going for each. Actually going to copy this one down here because I'm lazy. As you can see, we are going through each of the languages, and we're actually gonna go string temporary equals dialog. That must be node data dot find. Oh no, that is not it. Let me just it's text type dot find. Oh, this one wasn't in name language. It's a type at the end. That way we can reuse the language here. So we're gonna go language and use the lumbar expression dot language type equals language type dot generic, and then we're gonna go replace, meaning that we will replace some of the things we're gonna put in here. So we're gonna go backslash and backslash backslash. So we are replacing one of those with two of I don't know what their name in English, but we're gonna replace one of them with two, and that has something to do with the CVS file. To read it, to tell it that that it needs to ignore it, they need to put two in. I recommend that you probably read up a little about it. Then it will probably make more sense. Oh. Then we're gonna go text dot add, and I'm gonna go $sign again. I'm gonna add the TMP, and I'm actually going to do those behind it and in front of it. Right here, as you can see. This has also something to do with the CSV file. It's just the way that it'll prefer to be saved if you want to have multiple lines or commas inside of it. So this should do so that we can have commas inside. Pretty nice. So we're gonna apply this to our file. So gonna apply the text. And now we need to go through for each of the node data dot dialog node ports, and I'm just gonna call it node port, and this is a dialog node port. Alright, and here we need to let's actually reset text. Let's just reuse the same text. To do. There we go. And then we of course in the text we need to add the node ports gun. Node port dot port gun. And then we pretty much need to do the same thing here. So we're just gonna go hipsy dipsy. And we're simply gonna change this one out here. And language text. And after that, so we need to go apply to text. There we go. And click save. Oh, we forgot to actually add those. So we're gonna go resource. And now I really hope that I'm spelling this correctly. Resource slash dialog slash CSV file. We're gonna save it as dialog. It's funny how I can't spell it if I don't delete all of it. Dialog CSV underscore save. This way I know it's the save file. There we go. And I think that should do it. Let's actually go test it. Alright. So let's try and save. Oh, we actually haven't made the save button. So let's just open up that and let me quickly look at my notes. Alright. Let's just copy this line here and go public static. What did I name it? Let's just call it save to CSV and copy paste this in front. And let's just call it, yeah, save to CSV. And here we need to go save CSV equals new save CSV dot save. And actually let's make the beep sound as well. So let's just copy paste this line here. And let's just call it save CSV file successful. Save that and then go back into Unity. Alright, so let's try and save. Let's save it successful. As you can see, it hasn't been added yet. That's because it needs to create that meta file. I'm just gonna drag over here so you can see it is. It is not. Interesting. Why did it say successful then? Interesting. Alright, let's have a look, see. Interesting, it didn't give any errors then. And I am looking in the wrong script. My bad. Alright, so resources. Well, this spelled correctly. Why did it say successfully then? Oh. Did I spell something wrong here? Well, it is there. It's just me spelling something wrong. Again. Wonderful. Alright, so let's open that up, I guess. Oh, let's resources, dialog file, and it is here. As you can see, what a beautiful file. So let's actually try and drag that one in. We're gonna go import, upload file, drag it in, and we simply just gonna go replace currentiate, and we wanted to use comma, and then click import, and as you can see, we now have it. Our beautiful line here. So actually, let's just make a test version. You can go up here and slash equals and go Google Translate. Then click the thing you actually want to translate. Then comma. Then tell it that it is an English language. Then comma. And I'm just gonna quickly go. So this is German. So we go to this website that I will link in the description below. So let's see, German. That's Danish. Oh, German. That's DE. We're gonna go DE. Press enter. And we got that beautiful thing. Oh, did I copy it? So we're just gonna copy this. Go to Danish. And that's DN. Enter. And I personally know that French is FR. We're gonna go to Spanish. And what is Spanish? If I remember correctly, it wasn't actually that far down. So that's ES. Let's go in and say, oh no, ES. And Italian. Actually, let's make some space so we can actually see what's going on. Why is this so hard? There we go. Let's just give this some room as well. Let's zoom out a little. Whoa, that's not the zoom out button. I think you need to hold here or something. Why can't I zoom out now? How do you zoom out? I want to zoom out. Oh, there we go. That was a little extreme. There we go. I think that should be fine. Alright, so if you want to zoom out, hold control down and make sure that your mouse is right here in the upper layer, and then you can zoom in and out. Alright, so let's go with Italian. What are the things for Italian? Italian, that's IT. We're gonna go IT. And then let's take Latin, because I just think it was funny. That's LA. Enter. And now we have all of them. We simply just go click here. Oh no. You hold down, drag all the way over, and just hold it down. And whoop-de-doo, you have just translated your game. There you go. Game fully translated into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 languages. Wonderful. So we are simply going to say download and download the sheet, and then we have it downloaded right here. So let's just open up Unity and open the download folder, drag it out here, and close it down. So there we have it. So for our next video, we will actually be able to load this one in. So thank you for watching.